It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Gregory asked this next question, Brian. And Gregory said, I'm 24 years old and I'm currently at FOO Step 8, saving up for a down payment for a future home purchase. Should I move some of my scheduled cash savings to the third bucket, investing with this market downturn? So he's a young person in this. He's a young person in this unique housing environment where it seems like houses are just running away from us, interest rates are rising, and he's doing the hard work of saving for the down payment. But he says, man, I see this opportunity right now. Should I, instead of leaving that money in cash, should I think about pulling some of that down payment money and putting it to work for me? What are the risks? What are the pros? What are the cons? What would be a prudent way to think through that?
I do love it because he gave us a ton of indicator there with being a financial mutant and being in step 8, and the fact that I think about a 24-year-old already at step 8 because we had a previous question. And we said, hey, at 23, I just think it's probably hard to make it through all the steps of financial order of operation because you just hadn't had enough ton of time. Mm-hmm. But here's Gregory, who's 24, already at step 8. So that means he's already maxed out the 401k. He's already got the Roths. He's already got the emergency reserves that are 3 to 6 months. So he's already at the point now where he's just like, hey, I want to take advantage of this house down payment. I've been loading it up for this. Here's the thing, and I always, you're like, financial advisors always ask why they always throw out all the variables, because that's what financial planning is. We are the investigators of trying to figure out what are the variables you haven't thought of, so we can create a very good plan that's customized to your specific situation. And the first thing I think of for somebody like Gregory, who's obviously in a good income situation, saving well, is what is the market like in that area? Mm-hmm. Because if he's in a hot market, what I worry about is I give everybody grace with that first house purchase. I'm assuming for a 24-year-old that, this is a first house.
Sure.
You only have to put down 3 to 5%. That's what the grace we give you. Don't all that stuff about you have to put down 20%. That's really hard to do on your first house, especially in a highly appreciating market. And you just haven't had enough time for that to build up. So it's one of those things. But I do know that there's an issue with the 3 to 5% grace. In this housing market, a lot of people want cash offers.
That's right.
I don't even know how that works. Maybe you could, because if you're competing against cash, you're always going to lose whether you're financing 80% or whether you're financing 97%. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Cash is always going to win. So with that situation, I always fall back to, Gregory, it's okay if you do put some of that money to work, because I'm assuming you already have your 3 to 6 months of cash reserves, so it's not like you're taking away your liquidity in case an emergency comes about. But I think that's just, I don't know what else to add because I'm just so impressed with that situation. I think that's one that I'd love to get them in a room, kind of take the relationship to the next level and see what else we could do to find optimization opportunities.
Here's what I would do if it were me, because one of the difficult parts about buying a home is it's an uncertain timeline, right? It sounds like you don't have a house trigger picked out yet. You're not like 6 months, 12 months from. You don't know when it's going to happen. One of the things that I would think about, and I'd be nervous, what if you had this house down payment and you threw it in the market, getting excited about like it, doing something for you, and the market went down further, and along with the market going down further, home prices came down, and you finally had a home that you could buy, and you couldn't get your money because now it's down because it's been invested. One of the things I would love doing, I think a middle of the road approach could make a lot of sense. Rather than taking the house down payment and throwing it in the market, perhaps you put together some dollar cost averaging strategy against, into some well-diversified type fund, maybe something that's not fully market-based, but it has something in the middle, and you do some smaller nominal amount, not the lion's share, but you get something working for you. So that way, if the house purchase is 18 months, 24 months, 36 months in the future, that little bit that you're putting to work now has had a chance to grow, has had a chance to do something for you. So you still have your cash there, but you also have the dollars that you've been building up, that you've been able to do it at depressed prices. I think that's sort of a middle-of-the-road approach you could take.
I just had something hit me. This is why you realize we're answering these questions real time, had not seen them, but it just hit me. I had a self-reflection moment in the fact that I got married and bought my first house both when I was 24 years of age. Mm-hmm. On self-reflection, because I wrote this in the book, my wife was a great decision because I needed to hurry up and get her married before she realized the inequality of how we balanced each other out. But the house I look back on and I go, man, I really forced that life decision. And I think successful people, sometimes we have these mental checklists of, hey, I want to get through this, so that I can go ahead and enjoy this. And you're on this treadmill of what you perceive success to be. I would challenge you, Gregory, at 24. First of all, you go be in the area 7 years from now, because it's so much. Are you with a significant other that they're also going to like the decision that you're going to make at 24 years of age? I mean, these are the things, because I look back on my life, and that housing purchase I did at 24 was forced. I mean, I bought a house that was 45 minutes from my house because I could buy bigger, further. And there's a reason you get older, you're like, location. Yeah, they sell you the houses really cheap, way far away from everything for a reason. It's because you're going to spend your life in traffic. And traffic is one of the most, if you look at happiness scales and things that create the most unhappiness in a person's life, traffic is way on up there on the scale. So those are the things. That's just what hit me, Gregory. I don't know how that hits you, but I was a financial mutant also at 24, and I felt like I want to make sure that you are taking time to self-recognize, is this truly a need, or am I just trying to blow through all the things on my self-imposed checklist of what I perceive successful people do? Because that could be a trap.
I love it.